Welcome back to Undercover. We're here with Eddie Floyd, Eddie Knock on Wood Floyd, as you're known. Now, you've been recording for 50 years now, which is, amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you. I've enjoyed it, all 50 of them.
How does it feel to still, in 2008, you can, come out to a place like Australia, or you can go to Europe and see people from all generations enjoying your music?
Well, it's been amazing for the last 20 years, you could say. Go back 20 years and then come on up, and I couldn't believe it all. 20 years ago. So,
yeah.
So and it's even better now, to do it. I think I got a little more left, and we're gonna, continue to tour, playing with so many bands at the moment. So many. I'm doing this particular show by myself, and I just come out of England, doing one with Geno Washington for about 3 months all through England. We'll be with Bill Wyman and the Rhythm Kings this year, and we'll be doing Europe. Blues Brothers, we'll be doing Europe, and then also I'll be doing Booker T, William Bell, and myself. Yeah. One tour in the States, and then another tour with Isaac Hayes and William Bell. So it goes on and on.
That must be really special to be able to get back with people like William Bell and Isaac Hayes and Booker T.
Yeah, that's the family, yeah.
So what's it like when you're back on stage with them?
Oh, hey. I mean, we reminisce about 1,000 times when we see each other. It's the same feeling, good feeling.
Yeah.
You go out and you play with a lot of different artists, a lot of new, young, whatever. But when you get back with the guys, then well, this is the original.
Yeah, yeah.
And it kind of gives you a different feel.
Did you realize back in the 60s that you were creating something special that would last forever, or was it just recording a song?
We definitely didn't know it would last forever, but we knew it was something special. We had, seen other labels like Motown. They were special. They had great songs and groups, single artists, and the whole bit. And so when I went to Stax, it was the very same, and so it worked out for me.
How did you know that Stax was the place that you wanted to be? I mean, there were other labels. There was Motown and Chess and...
Well, I was actually in Detroit before Motown started, singing with a group called the Falcons. My uncle named Robert West started the group. He was supposed to start the label with Berry Gordy, so really? I come that far back, and but Berry did it with his sister, started the label, and my uncle, he recorded the Falcons, so I knew all about that, and then I met all the young groups, Temptations, everybody, Smokey Robinson, all the guys. I met all of them first, because I was from Detroit too with the group, with the Falcons, and so after breaking up with the Falcons, I met a guy named Albertus Isbell, who was disc jockey from Memphis, and we wrote 2 songs for Carla Thomas, and I went down to Memphis to watch them record, the songs, and I got a job as songwriter.
Yeah.
And so I came up with quite a few tunes at that time, and I remember it was so much like Motown doing it, and it was just a family affair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a great thing to do.
But the sound was different to Motown.
Oh, definitely. Well,
similar.
We both had that hollow sound, though, with it, and the drums, but it was mono then.
Yeah.
And, so the sounds were sort of similar, but styles of songs might have been different. Yeah.
So when the Falcons split up, it was when Wilson Pickett left the group to go off and become solo, and then, as you said, you got a job as a songwriter at Stax.
Yeah.
At Stax, how did you make the jump from songwriter to solo artist? And was it, how did you feel becoming a solo artist when you were used to being in a group?
Well, I was in the group, but actually just before going to Memphis, I recorded 2 or 3 songs for my uncle on the same label as solo artist, and there was another singer in the group called Sir Mac Rice. He did the same, and we used to go down the East Coast and play in a few clubs, so I had some experience in doing that before. And then we met Al Bell, and then went to Memphis, and writing the songs there in Memphis, I came up with this song called "Knock on Wood."
You might have heard of it. Anyone watching at home?
Somebody might have heard. And along with Steve Cropper, a guitar player, Booker T and MG, and of course we submitted the song to the label for Otis Redding, and they didn't think it was a song for him. You know, at that time they didn't think it was his style or anything like that. So everybody kept saying, "It sounds like a record on him." So it took about a year before they were convinced, and then they put it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
because you'd originally recorded the demo with
that's
you
all.
singing for.
That is my
Otis.
record, the demo.
And that's it. The song that everyone knows was
the demo. Is yeah. And so I developed a style in recording. Almost every song that I had success with, I've only sung it once.
Really?
So, only one time. So that's how I try to actually put songs together now. I'll study it, you know, and get with the band, and we might play it a few times, you know, and try to get it. And that first impression is always is what I think the best, you know.
So how much, you know, for example, you're out here in Australia, you're playing with the Melbourne band, the Bamboos.
Yeah.
How much rehearsal have you had for that?
Well, we sung each song once.
And that's
Last night, we did rehearsal.
So
Just went down the list, and they're a great band though.
Yeah.
Young band, great band, and I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
So I feel comfortable with it. You know, is there anything else you want to do as far as the songs? And I said, yeah, perform them on stage. So see you tomorrow night.
Wow. I guarantee you they're sitting somewhere in Melbourne right now, very nervous.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
but I mean, that's just part of it. That's part of it, you know. Yeah. But they'll be just fine. Yeah. All we need is to, you know, just get there. We're actually gonna go and do a sound check and get the sound right in the room, and away we go.
I think one of my favourite songs of yours from right over the years is Big Bird.
All right.
Which was written on a plane coming back to America for Otis Redding's funeral.
Right, yeah.
When you write a song under circumstances like that, does it mean anything more to you?
Oh, Big Bird?
Yeah.
This is the bird.
Yeah, right.
Still got the wings on all the way from those years.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when they said Otis' flight had went down, I wanted to make the funeral, and I had 2 more shows to finish, and so now I'm at Heathrow, getting ready to take off, and the flight goes spinning out of control before it takes off, and now we're in the airport, and I'm totally afraid. So, but when I get on the flight to take off, I just said, "Get on up, Big Bird," you know. And I remembered that, and I told Booker T months later, you know, about that and about Otis, and we kind of like put that song together that way, you know, and made it into sort of like a love song in a way. I'm saying, "Get on up, Big Bird," you know, going back to my baby's love, you know, that type of a thing, and it's been really good all these years, you know, to play that song. I played it with the Blues Brothers, and man, it's really been solid with them. And this band, Bamboos, they played it very good. Very good.
Well,
the guitar player is excellent.
Does that mean that I can expect to hear that song tonight then?
That's correct.
All right. It's worthwhile coming then.
Yeah, all right.
When Otis Redding died, I don't know if this was as a result of it, but the sound of Stax changed, and almost every artist on there changed somehow.
Actually, I guess they don't realize that Tom Dowles from Atlantic Records created stereo, and he brought it to Memphis, and in the mixes, that was what you were hearing.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there were no more mono.
So it was purely coincidence that it was around the time of Otis's
Pardon?
It was purely coincidence that it was
yes.
around that time.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
How did you, as an artist who'd been around since the 50s, how did you cope with, all of that new technology? And it's still changing,
Well,
today.
yeah, it is. It is.
But how do you move with it?
Or easily. I mean, you just do your songs. I realize the sounds you can come up with different little mixes and all. But when we first recorded, we had our first hit record, 1959. We were on 2-track.
Yeah, wow.
2-track, 4-track, that type of thing, and that sound, and then it went to 8 tracks with Stax, and then it went to 16 tracks, 24, 32.
Yeah.
And even now, I record, and I never stop writing. So I have a studio at home too. So I'm in the studio all the time, and I still kind of just keep my mind basically back to square one. I let the engineers do all the little tech stuff of changing stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. So I kind of just focus on how it was and just do the way we did it.
So, your last album was 2002. You've got another one coming out soon.
Yeah, there will be an album coming out on Concord Records. From doing the 50th anniversary, they released quite a few of the Stax Records, albums out, and so there was a young kid named Mike Danello from Boston who flew over to London last year when I was doing a show with Bill Wyman, and he was saying, I'd like to do an album on you. So I'm looking at him, a young kid, and I'm saying, yeah, right. So what kind of hip-hop album or something? No, R&B album. Really? Yeah, he said, there's a song that you wrote back with the Falcons. You did put a demo down once, and I would like to record that on you. And so I don't know where he got the demo from, but then they told me the title of it. And I remembered the song, and I was impressed of him. So he put the tracks together, and I went into Boston and put them down. And so now it's the 50th anniversary of Stax, and we played it for Concord, and they loved it. It's going to be released in July 8th on Concord Records, LA. And we're excited. I mean, why not? One more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not just one more.
Well,
hopefully not.
Maybe not.
But it has been 6 years since your last one, though.
Yeah, that's okay too. Yeah.
So the new album's going to be a combination of new and old songs.
Yeah. A couple out of the Stax catalog, and 2 or 3 of them. Well, You're So Fine, which is the Falcons that we did. So that's coming back from the beginning. That is the beginning. Yeah. So I did that one in there, and I wrote a couple new ones. That's off in there, and then some from the old albums that Stax had, and we'll see.
Do you write new songs on their own, or do you try and get them to fit in with the older songs?
Never. I just whatever pops up.
Yeah.
Whatever comes in my head is the way I write. Like Big Bird is totally different from any song I've ever written. It's got the little
it
rock
sounds
sound.
different as well.
Yeah, it is. Everybody say you had rock before rock. So well, okay. Because it was with the guitar, and everybody thinks the guitar player is Steve Cropper of Booker T and the MGs, but in reality it's Booker T.
On guitar on that song.
Booker T is on guitar on the song, and he's played on quite a few songs that everybody think is Steve. Though one of my other records was "Never Found a Girl to Love Me Like You." That's Booker. It's Booker playing guitar.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, he's a very talented man. He plays bass, guitar, pianos, horns.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you don't need a band. You just need Booker.
Nah, we need all the guys.
Yeah.
It was great.
Can he do it all at the same time? That's the question.
That's right. Yeah. But you know, sometimes we'd write songs all kind of ways. You know, like sometime I never found a girl was in the studio, and we're using the equipment right there, but it's just booking now. And then we know we got us a hit. We can hear it. It's a hit. It's a hit. But we don't have no drummer. And so he wakes up. He calls up Al Jackson 3 a.m. in the morning, tell him, man, we got a hit, please. Get up. Come over to the studio. So I'll just get up out of bed and come straight over to the studio.
Wow.
And he played drums and Booker played keyboard, I guess, to hold it all together. Then he put bass, actually played bass on that, and then he played guitar. Then I, you know, sung the voice down.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it happened a lot of different ways. Yeah. Yeah.
I think another song that I really love of yours, which as far as I know you didn't actually record, Sam and Dave recorded it, was You Don't Know What You Mean to Me.
I just recorded that in the new album.
Oh, really? Well, there you go.
Yeah, just recorded that one in the new album.
Yeah.
This kid knew that too, you know, he was saying, I told him, I said, it's all yours, it's your baby. Well, we want your concept. No, you'll get me.
Really?
And I want you to go for what you know. And that's one of the songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you feel as a songwriter, you know, writing these songs and giving them away? You know,
I never thought of it that way, that it was giving them away. And, you know, it was great to write a song and somebody said they were going to record it. Oh, wow. Everybody said, but it's your song. I said, no, it's Wilson Pickett's song. Yeah. he put it in. Now I sang the song too. But it's Pickett's song. I mean, because once you give the song to another artist, then he put himself into the music and of what you just wrote. So.
But in You Don't Know What You Mean to Me, at least you got that little credit right at the start when Sam Moore sings, Eddie Floyd wrote this song for me.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there at the studio on time when they were going to record that, and so I'm late. And then when I get there, I break through the door. That's what was happening. And they kind of like turned, and they were playing it. And he said, Eddie Floyd wrote the song. So he just ad-libbed that because I was coming in. So I sort of like bagged in the corner and got quiet, and then they recorded the song. That's how that took place.
Wow. And I suppose it's those little ad-libs that make so many songs great.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was just talking about. You know, it's so many little ways that you come up with, you know, different ways of doing it. You know? And most of it be like that, though. You get the concept of they had the whole song. So it would have been the only thing that would have been different was that little intro where he said, Sam, Dave, you know. And I guess that I didn't realize that's what they were going to do on the beginning of it. So I don't know. He couldn't have wanted to say Eddie Floyd wrote the song at that time. It's just that I stepped through that door.
Yeah.
Not looking at, we had a red light that would be on. That means the recording inside, and I never looked up. I walked right in on him, and he was very close, up at the door somewhat in the little corner. And I just moved off in the corner and watched him sing the song. And then afterwards, you know, listening at us, wow, he called my name off in the song. Okay. Yeah, we would do stuff like that.
Was there competition between the singers?
Yeah. Not really. No, just everybody was just writing, man, having fun. And I guess the songs became competition between the people playing them. Yeah, but it wasn't between the artists.
Yeah. Another thing, you know, in addition to you writing all the songs, you also did your own versions of other songs, like the one that comes to mind is Bring It On Home to Me, the Sam Cooke song. Yeah. You did quite a different version of that.
That was because of, Sam and Dave again. That was supposed to be for them. Who was it? Isaac Hayes was playing keyboard when I walked through the studio one day, and I heard him play. So what is that? You know, he said, that's a song for Sam and Dave, but they didn't make the flight. And I said, do it on me. Wow. And I just went up to the mic and sung that. you know, he already had the arrangement on it, so I didn't know how it would actually really go. And you kind of follow the arrangement, you know. So it didn't end up being like Sam. It is like Sam Cooke, and it's not like Sam Cooke, you know, because he was slower. And they had that, you know, it's all like an up-tempo thing, and we just really got into it. We could always do that. Everybody can just jump right on it, you know, and get into the tune. So that's how that song came about. Sorry about that, Sam and Dave.
Yeah, they're probably watching this right now. Or at least Sam is probably watching this going,
well,
I knew it.
I'm sure Dave is too.
One thing that a lot of people talked about at the time and over the years in Stax was the mix of black and white musicians.
Yeah, through the years they have.
Was that ever an issue at the time in the 60s?
Not at all. Not at all. Kind of amazed me that they still talk about it. It wasn't an issue. It's never been an issue as far as the music, because I sung for Black and White in 1959. Yeah. Every place that we ever went, if we played at an auditorium, there was always that mixture. You know, you might not mix otherwise, but it did as far as the music, and still do.
I guess I got a bit of a shock when I went to Memphis about this time last year. It's my first time in Memphis, and found it still, compared to what I'm used to in Australia, quite separated. So I think that's why
in what way?
There were still not officially, but there were. It almost seemed like black and white areas
around the world. What do you mean? Around the world, there are black and white areas, Indian areas, Mexican areas, and why not?
Yeah, well,
why not?
There you go. I'm completely lost now. Quick, what was that new album and a tour, wasn't it?
The new album is Eddie Loves You So. It's the title.
Is it?
Yeah, title of the album, and I think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
I really do, and I'm looking forward of it, you know, to hear the final mastering of it. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I would have heard it, but I'm in Melbourne.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, no, but I did get the information last week, just as I was leaving, that they were gonna, you know, bring it out. Everybody's excited. They're gonna promote it, and I have the permission to say that it'll be released.
Do you have a date yet?
Yeah, July 8th.
Right.
Yeah. And I'll be on the road somewhere though, but I'll get some copies of it though. I'll be out probably in Europe, I guess, with Blues Brothers. We'll be with the Blues Brothers during that time. So, but I'm gonna have some fun in Melbourne now.
I certainly hope so.
Oh yeah. Well, I've already had some fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
How long are you here for? Because this is your only show in Australia.
I'll stay till Monday. You know, leave Monday morning, and jump back to the house for 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Say goodbye again and get out. But that'll be all the rest I need. That'll be good.
Well, I'm sure everyone watching from the rest of Australia would love to see you back here sometime soon.
Hey, I'd like to come back with the new album.
What was that, a new album?
Eddie Loves You So.
Eddie Loves You So.
Right.
July 8 or June 8.
July 8.
July 8. Yeah. There you go. See,
Concord
I'm
Records.
forgetting.
You'll be able to pick it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie, thank you so much for coming in.
All right. Thank you so very much. I enjoyed it.